Hello there and welcome to Vermin Hunters TV with me, Si Pitway. Today on the show, later on we're going to be going back to the pig farm and shooting some rats, again with the Compato and the Yukon Photon XT model. But what I have done now is I've fitted a doubler on, and this is one, the parts I've sourced myself and fitted it. It only takes about 1 minute to actually fit once you get the front retaining ring off. And the parts and the idea came to me from a guy called Pete Dodsworth, who's a member of the Yukon Night Vision Owners Club on Facebook, and the whole lot only came to, I think it was £17.95. So it's a lens at $12.99 and a ring, a step down a ring from 48mm to 46mm at $4.99. So today it's basically just to test, see what the picture quality is like, to see if it's okay for ratting. You might find that the field of view is too narrow. We're now being 6.9 magnification because it's a 1.5 lens, or it might be perfect. But if it's probably things looking too close for ratting, it'll definitely be ideal for shooting rabbits. So the parts I'll put a link up to, but the only thing you have to take off the actual doubler itself is just at the end here where you can see where the lens fitted. You've got a little ring like this, a little retaining ring, and that fits right at the end of your Photon. This one was really loose. Some of them I've heard that it can be quite hard to get off, but this one basically I just put my fingernail in and twisted it and it came off. So that comes off, and then as soon as you take that off, you put the 48 to 46mm step down adapter on here, and then the lens clips straight onto it. You'll see it comes with lens cap, so it comes with two actually. And what I've done, I've drilled a 15mm hole in this one, and in the other one, which I keep in my shooting bag, I've drilled a 10mm hole. And what that does, it allows you to focus on the quarry's eye really well at night. We're using your IR, and especially if you're filming, it gives you a good nice picture. So hopefully this will work, and for $17.98 it's well worth it. So without further ado, I'm going to wait till it gets dark and then get over to the pig farm. Right, what I've done off camera is I've laser target, and it's now at 28 metres in front of me. So I'm going to check zero, Bisley Magnums, and make sure that the point of aim hasn't changed. If it has changed, and then what I'm going to do is obviously adjust the zero so it's on with this doubler. So I'm going to record this so I can show you. So as you can see at the minute it's out of focus, so let's see what the focus comes up like. That easily identified. I'm going to aim for the drawing pin. I'll put a couple of shots in. Now I can't identify the impact point through the scope, so what I will do is I'll walk up and just check it. Put another one, and then I'll just turn off the record and turn the unit off. Okay, what I'm going to do now is walk up, have a look, and basically how you do it is with this system, if it's low and left, you actually moved the impact or the crosshair low and left. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, as you can see, point of aim or point of impact has changed. So I was aiming here, and the two shots have landed here touching. So a trick I like to do to allow me to use the one shot zero is I put another black drawing pin roughly where the pellets have impacted. and then I should be able to then see them when I actually go back down and look. And what I'll do is, I'm keeping the rifle pointed here. I'll move the crosshair down to here, and it should be somewhere near. Okay, so we've seen that the point of impact's changed. Let's get the camera set up. Press it record. Right, you see there's no IR on, but I'm going to turn on this IR. And now flick through the menus. See, it's quite hard to see what I'm finding out which one's up and down. Right, this is left and right. I need to go. A few times. Down a few times. It's a bit hard to see. Probably would have worked better if I used a black card and a white pin, but we'll see now. Hopefully it'll be somewhere in there. What I'll do is I'll go for the pin at the bottom. I think that's just took the pin out, and then go for this one as well. I think that's both pins just been shot out, so you can see that did work. But like I say, you can see the difference in contrast. If I'd have used probably a black card and a white drawing pin, then it had made it easier to do my one shot zero. Okay, back at the target end now. Use a bit of straw. So, as you can see, that drawing pin hopefully has been hit sock in the centre, and that one's been hit in the centre and deflected slightly right, but been hit in the centre, and this one's been hit so good in the centre it's actually pushed it in. So, as you saw, I put the crosshair roughly level with the drawing pin here, with the aim point, because I couldn't see the white background, and then moved it left, and then moved it down and aimed first here and then here. So you see two shots and two drawing pins at 28 metres, so I think it's about 31 yards, something like that. So yeah, that's zeroed. So this is me just freehanding the Compato and filming. I'm doing a little bit of a reconnaissance. Now last year I didn't shoot the pig farm that much because the few times I went there weren't many rats about, and I put it down to the poison the farmer had put down. But I don't know what it is this year, but there's a lot of juveniles, which means there's going to be a lot of breeding rats. So I don't know if it's because they become immune to that poison or what, but you can definitely see there's quite a lot. Now none of these were staying still enough for me to take a nice clean humane shot. I could have snatched a shot, but that might have meant a wounding shot, and I'm not about that. I'd sooner wait for the best time. You will see some of the breeding rats a little later on. I'll edit them in, and there was some really big rats last night at this farm. This is looking down the back of one of the haystacks, and this is a really big rat, and I messed up here. I should have took the shot at this point here, but just as I was about to pull the trigger, the rat ran, so I didn't get the chance in the end. Bit gutted really. Right, as promised, I'm back in the machinery shed and I'm on the wall, and you can see there's some big rats there. There's two monsters there at the front, and I am trying to shoot these, but like I said, I want a clean headshot, and it's as if they know that I'm trying to shoot them, because they're either turning away or moving. And you can see every time I move the point of aim, even on the little one, I'm just about to pull the trigger each time and the rats move. Now I know some people would say it's a rat, and this one here gives me an opportunity, and I hit him and down he goes. But then there come an absolute load of them, look. I'm trying to get an headshot on all of them, but
they're just not giving me a chance. And I know a lot of people would say, oh well, I would actually shoot them in the body, but like I say, that's not my thing, and if you do that, that's up to you, but I would sooner get a nice clean humane headshot. They're just going down in between the breeze blocks, look. It's like that game what you see at the fairground when you have to hit the things what pop up. It makes it really hard, and you're probably as frustrated now as I was actually last night trying to get a target on them. They're either moving up or down. I have a shot there and actually miss them, look. That's how easy it is, and these are not very far away. I should say they're, I don't know, about 8 to 10 meters. I think I get one there, just clip him in the top of the head and knock him down, and then I think I hit the wall, or on this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, just miss him. Quite frustrating, I know. Now I'm still in the same machinery shed, but this is in the pen opposite to where all them big rats were, and I think these are mice. You can see they're quite big mice because there's plenty of food for them to eat, but I was just watching them and amazed at the quality with the doubler on, and just how agile they are. They can just walk down walls like a spider can. Really impressive. Why me? I decided to have a shot anyway, and I think with the first shot I get 3 rats with one shot. You'll see it in a second. There you go, look, one shot with a Bisley Magnum and it takes 3 out. Really impressed. He gets it as well. Down this guttering is what me and my brother-in-law nicknamed Dead Man's Valley, because we've shot a lot of rats down there in the past, and you can see he stays there a little bit too long, takes a nice clean headshot, and you'll notice behind him there's a lot of rats running up and down that guttering. He's just dying there with nerves, but it's a really good place here. After resting the bit where the mice were, I've come back, and you can see there's another 2 mice here, and I get both these straight after each other. See, they're very agile, really interesting creatures to watch at night. Just lining up on this one, take him with a nice headshot. He falls into the feeder, and then his mate stands around a little bit too long and gets rolled over with a Bisley Magnum straight into the feeder as well. What I do now is I pan over to the left to where the breeze block wall was, where all the rats were. So you can see between the rats and the mice it's only about 5 meters, and then it's probably another meter down to the piglets. This is the same machinery shed but in a different corner now, and rats usually come down from an hole in Dead Man's Valley and sit on this wall here. So you can see, take him with a nice headshot, and down he goes onto the floor. I'll retrieve him a bit later. I'm in another shed now, and it's 45 yards long, and I take this one just using the onboard IR. You see he gets a nice headshot. There's lots of rats about, and you can see they've bred really well. Another one as well, I hit him and he goes down onto the floor, and I'll retrieve him at the end of the night. This is outside now, and you can see there's a rat outside a drainage pipe, and I hit him, but experience tells me to wait because the nerves will sometimes kick them out. And I'm waiting, and lo and behold, there he falls, and you'll see him in a little while shaking with nerves. This is outside behind one of the haystacks, and you can see this rat's poking his head out, and he's one I can't retrieve because as I hit him I hear the impact, but the rat disappears down the hole. This is the case. This is another one. The rat pokes its head out, and I hit him and hear the impact. I wait for him to obviously come forward with his nerves, but he must die behind the actually tin, and I can hear him rattling around. This is in the same shed a little bit further up to the right, and another one I shoot, another loud impact, and yet again I can hear him kicking around, but I can't retrieve him because he's behind the wall. Here I am back inside, and this rat ain't so lucky. You can see he's busy cleaning himself, but the Magnum knocks him over. This is in the corner of the machine shed again, and this is really close, this rat. I was waiting ages for him to actually come out. You can see his tail there, and I decide that because how he stood I can get a nice heart and lung shot from the top, and I take the shot now with quite a bit of hold over. You can see, hit him, and he moves to the side. I think this is that rat what I never shot at the start of the video because it moved off just before I pulled the trigger, but you can see this time I knock it over with a nice clean shot to the forehead. This rat's probably on 0, around about 30 yards, 31 yards. I hit him, I waited for him to fall out, but he didn't. Back outside again at the drainage ditch, and you see this rat sticks its head out, and I get him as well. I hear the impact and you can see him there, he just dies right at the front of the hole.
Right, what I'm going to do tonight is try something different. And I've got some Tesco's everyday value chocolate spread. So as you saw, it was running around and they wouldn't really stop last night. So my idea is to put a bit of this on, and then hopefully they'll lick at it, stay in one area, and then it'll allow me to get some shots. So what I'm going to do now is go around and put some of these into tactical positions where I know the rats run. So I don't know if you can make that out. I'll try and point to it with my finger. Just there on the edge of the brick and the piece of metal. That's some of this chocolate spread there. So this is a run here, and hopefully they'll run down here and stop and sniff at that. That's one of the points. Right, this is the 45-yard barn. So I'm going to go in here, put some spread down here as well. There, put about 3 or 4 dollops down along both walls where they run, and on the brick at the floor. Sometimes they hang around. I know what you're waiting for. We're now going to the machinery shed, and that's where the breeze block walls are, where the mice and also the rats. So we're going to put some in there, and hopefully we'll have a good time in there, because there's a hell of a lot of rats in there, as you've already seen. This is where the breeze block wall is. I'm going to try and climb over.
Right, I've left this bit of footage in. This is just me looking along the fields, and you can see there's some rabbits there, and these are 2 fields away. This is with a 6.9 magnification and the T20, so you can see even with a 15mm hole in the objective lens due to the scope cap, there's still plenty of light to see, and I reckon that the back ones are at least 175 yards away. The front one's probably 100. This is outside, as you can see, and it's down the side of one of the 45-yard barns, and you see that rat there on 6.9 mag. It's quite big, and I have a shot at him and miss. Back in the machinery shed here, and I'm looking along the breeze block wall where yesterday there was loads of rats. Fortunately at the minute I can't see any, but as you'll see in a second, you'll probably see the IR scanning left and right from the T20. I go back to the right and there's a mouse on the feeder, so I have a shot while I'm there. So here's the mouse, you can see he's working his way around. It's quite close, so you see I give him some hold over and down he goes. I'm laid in ambush here, back in the machinery shed still, and I'm resting on a pile of food, and as I'm scanning through the photon I see a rat coming from the outside, working his way along a wooden beam, look. So I wait until I get a nice steady shot and take him with a lovely clean head shot. Down he goes. That rat, what was here? There he is, look. Dead. This is in the other 45-yard barn where we put the chocolate paste down, and you can see there's a rat there. There's actually quite a few, actually. You'll see them in a little while, and they're licking. They're starting to come up now a lot, and they're licking at the chocolate paste. So this one turns round, which was a bad move because I hit him cleanly and knocked him straight off the wall. There's his mate there, and you can see them all coming up and they're hanging around where the food is. So I take a shot at him and knock him into the feeder, and I retrieve him in a little while, and then I have a shot at another one and knock him off. This one here, I think it is. And there you go, onto the floor. He's down with his mate, and then you'll see there's one running down the right hand side of the wall right to the end at 45 yards. I'm just tracking this little mouse at the minute. I'm not sure if that rat at the end is going to stop. I'm not actually sure of the aim point. I think it's roughly on the top of the bar, which is underneath the dot, and the rat turns to the side and I end up hitting him and knocking him straight off the wall. There's one of them rats.
juvie, and then actually in the feeder, look, when I knocked off in the feeder, there's another big rat. And then off camera, which I didn't film, I forgot to press, actually managed to hit a mouse, and that mouse was quite a long distance actually. Well, that's it for this episode of Vermin Hunters TV. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's 2 days worth of ratting edited together. I think the chocolate wasn't as productive as I thought it was going to be, but to be fair, I haven't spent that long here. It's a Sunday and it's 8:30 now, so I want to go back, get some food, have a bath and everything before work tomorrow. On the breeze block wall in the machinery shed, I didn't see a rat at all. Yesterday obviously there were loads, as you saw. Today I didn't see any. But on the long 45 yard barn, where I put the chocolate on the wall there, that obviously worked, and as you've seen I shot 3 or 4 in quick succession. I also got a nice long range shot, probably about 20 metres, which is quite far for ratting, in the machinery shed. The rat what was making its way along the wooden beam, so I'm pleased with that. Regarding the pulsar, it works really well. The doubler does work well, it focuses well, the picture's really clear, but I think I prefer just the 4.6 magnification Photon XT for when I'm ratting. You do get a wider field of view, which I quite like, and it focuses and the picture's just as well. I think where it will come into its own though is what I said earlier on at the start of the clip is when you go out, if you're taking it rabbiting, because that extra magnification at 6.9 will come into its own, especially if you're shooting from a 4x4, it'd be absolutely spot on. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please put a thumbs up and subscribe, and look out for future productions from me and Davy. Bye for now.